That's the first news report that has been put out anywhere in the global media on the links between on ISIS's Pakistan connection. Joining us from Pakistan is General Rashid Qureshi and Air Vice Marshal Abid Rao. From the Indian side, we have General G.D. Bakshi and Maroof Raza, and of course, internal security expert Vicky Nanjappa. General Qureshi, you aided the growth of the Tehreek-e-Taliban. And that has now turned out to be one of your biggest internal security threats. You actively aided and abetted the Indian Mujahideen. And now that these details are out, by deduction, why shouldn't we believe that you have a hand in getting the Indian Mujahideen to find recruits for both the Tehreek-e-Taliban and the ISIS? No, let's argue factually.
Great. Fantastic. I relish the spirit that you have, frankly. The question that you start off with.
Well, I find your lack of seriousness also amusing. I find your lack of seriousness on these issues quite amusing.
You put it, yes, you straight away put it on Pakistan. When it's been discovered.
No, I am willing to argue it factually with you. I put some facts out on the channel. I am willing to argue it factually with you.
God.
No, General Qureshi, I am willing to argue it factually with you. I can argue this factually with you. No, I can argue this factually with you, General Qureshi. I can challenge you on fact with General Qureshi.
Oh, you can challenge the whole world.
No, I can challenge you on fact, Mr. Qureshi. No, 1 second. You see, General Qureshi.
Facts, make up a story. Make up a story and then call it a fact. Then you put it as if we've said that. And that's how you conduct your program.
And you know that with the depth.
Everything is a very serious problem. You see, 300 Indian youth have been found involved in terrorist activities, and you're putting it on Pakistan.
Sir,
it's like
don't you understand? Sir, don't you understand?
You don't understand.
Sir, you don't understand. Sir, you understand. Sir, you groomed the Bhatkal brothers. You groomed the Bhatkal brothers.
Your people.
You groomed the Bhatkal brothers. You helped the Indian Mujahideen.
Pakistan.
You groomed the Bhatkal brothers.
Assisted by Indian intelligence.
Sir, did you or did you not groom the Bhatkal brothers?
How can you put it on
Pakistan?
Did you or
did you not groom the Bhatkal brothers?
For the last so many months.
Did you or did you not groom the Bhatkal brothers?
And you call it that.
So what is the link between the Pakistan ISI and the Bhatkal brothers?
Are you trying to say
what is the link between the ISI and the Bhatkal brothers?
Grooms the raw?
Sir, I am asking you what is the link between the ISI and the Bhatkal brothers? What is the link between the ISI and the Bhatkal brothers?
You tell me.
You groomed them, I'm telling you.
Very well briefed.
You groomed them.
Yeah. Well, what are you
You groomed them.
What?
You groomed, if you care to listen. If you care to listen.
Were you part of that grooming?
Sir, please be serious here right now.
Were you part of that? How do you know this?
That either you were a part of it. Will you listen to me? I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now. And then you please listen.
You sure?
September 19, 2011. I really wish today. I wish you could take away that.
September 19, 2011. Okay.
Yeah. There was a US State Department notification. Maroof can verify that, which drew the link between the Indian Mujahideen and Pakistan, because the US State Department, while adding the Indian Mujahideen to the list of foreign terror organizations as well as of specially designated global terrorist entities in September 2011, said, and I quote for your benefit, General Qureshi, that this group has significant links to Pakistan. It maintains close ties to other US designated terror entities like Pakistan-based and sponsored LET, JEM and Houthi. And its ultimate objective is an Islamic caliphate across South Asia. Maroof, this was on September 2011. So when today a link is drawn between the same group, right, and ISIS and the Tehreek-e-Taliban, can General Qureshi really afford to just laugh it off? Because this is a very factual report here. No, General Qureshi. No, don't, General Qureshi. This is a serious report. The serious details are out. It will be shared with global organizations now. Yes, Maroof.
Arnab, Ornab, see, I'm aware of the report that you've just read out, and you can give more factual data, but if you want deniability with laughter, you can always call and count on General Qureshi to do that. The fact of the matter is, that let me give a few more linkages. After 2003, Pakistan also initiated the Karachi project, which also the General will deny, but this is all recorded not by you and me, by international experts who were allowed in by Pakistan to study the various patterns that are emerging. There is another pattern that has emerged, which is that the Indian Mujahideen has been wanting to align itself more to Tehreek-e-Taliban and now ISIS because they wish to have a greater role in Afghanistan because they see that as part of their Muslim calling. And they want to go to the ISIS because they find the ISIS is providing the kind of leadership which Al-Qaeda has failed to provide over the last 5-7 years. Al-Qaeda has now become just an ideological head. They want to be able to relate to a physical organization. And ISIS has taken that place away from Al-Qaeda. The second thing which I want to also bring out is that Pakistan would always wish to have deniability, but General Qureshi will probably at least not deny this because his former boss, General Musharraf, was on record to say, A, that he was part of the initial lot of officers that created the Taliban to become an operative force in Afghanistan. I'm paraphrasing.
Classic
nonsense.
What nonsense? Maruf is absolutely right, General.
Please hear me out.
At this point,
the truth will hurt you. The truth will hurt you, but you need to listen to you.
General
the truth will hurt you.
General Saab, I heard you.
This is a well-researched report.
You can blame Pakistan and then you come in court that
no. Sir, let me tell you. General Saab, I heard your denial.
You come on television and you lie.
General Qureshi, we don't lie. You laugh and you deny.
You do.
But we know the truth.
You lie.
And there is a number of organizations. Are you saying?
It's so unfortunate. It is so unfortunate that
General Qureshi. It pains you.
In your field
General Saab, you are living in a state of denial. You are living in a state of denial. That's
great. That's the only sentence. That's the only sentence that you've learned in the last 9 years.
And you have a mess on your hands. And the problem for us is that you are going completely down under. And that is our worry. Because you have become a victim of the terror that you created.
Fantastic.
And don't go to the world and try and say that you need sympathy. You don't ask for sympathy because you haven't been able to turn the corner. You can't de-ideologize your system.
My God.
You can't address the problem at home because you feel that those strategigic assets must be kept alive.
You know the lie.
And let me tell you one thing. General Saab, it might give you some...
You have a perverted...
General, it might give you some solace. General Saab, it might give you some solace.
Open your eyes,
General Saab,
open your ears, and listen to what
General
news report that we put out tonight is put out by Vicky Nanjappa. This news report that we put out tonight, Maruf, is put out by Vicky Nanjappa, who's in Bangalore. Vicky, my question to you is... Vicky, the important part of this news report is this. That the Tehreek-e-Taliban and the ISIS have managed to recruit some 300 plus Indian youth into these deadly outfits, right? Tonight, Vicky, the Pakistani guests make an attempt to distance themselves from this, say we know nothing about it. But isn't it a fact, Vicky, that Pakistan had a clear hand in creating the Tehreek-e-Taliban, just like they had a very clear hand in sponsoring and spawning the Bhatkal brothers? So they today have their hands deep into the muck of the ISIS, willy-nilly. Can they get out of it, Vicky?
No, I'm sure they shouldn't try to get out of it and instead address the problem. So the whole point is, we talk about the Indian Mujahideen that they have been harboring. And, you know, every operative who has been trained in Pakistan and come back say that they continue to harbor the Bhatkal brothers who are still there. And as long as those people are there, more such recruitments will happen. The organization grows bigger, and there's no question of this organization dying. And even the new organization which has been launched now, called as the AUT, is very much in the knowledge of Pakistan, definitely, because they are recruiting for the Tehreek-e-Taliban, not now. They've been doing that for the past 7 to 8 months, and then now with the ISIS. And Tehreek-e-Taliban was the first organization to, in fact, come and, you know, come out openly in the support of the ISIS.
Don't laugh it off, General. He has, you know, Vicky Nanjappa is a well-regarded journalist, one of the best in South Asia. He's giving you details. Don't laugh it off, sir. Don't laugh it off,
stupid arguments that you keep giving.
Can I comment?
When mad people waffle, when mad people waffle,
stop laughing. The general will stop laughing. The general will stop laughing when the Taliban knocks on his door. And that is round the corner, sir. Get real.
Yes.
No, let Vicky complete.
Real and
can I come in now, please?
What is happening?
No, 1 second. Vicky, can you please tell? No, I'll come to you, sir. I just want to finish with the Pakistani. General Bakshi, I'll give you full time. I just want Vicky's simple point and let Air Marshal Abid Rao tell us. Vicky, can you tell us what kind of sponsorship the Bhatkal brothers, Yasin Bhatkal, gets from Pakistan today? Can you enlighten our guest, please, Air Marshal Abid Rao, who is also in a similar state of denial in Karachi, what they are doing?
Great.
Because these same people are in league with the ISIS. So Maruf, it's not that these groups, the ISIS via the Bhatkal brothers, a snake which is spawned within Pakistan by the Pakistanis. The ISIS uses the Bhatkal brothers' route to enter Pakistan. I don't know how they can be so oblivious of it, but anyway, maybe you can enlighten Air Marshal Abid Rao, understand the seriousness of the situation. No, I'll just get Vicky back. Maruf, coming back to you. Vicky.
Yeah, the thing is, you know, the Bhatkal brothers are there in Karachi. There's no doubt about it. Every operative, including, you know, Yasin Bhatkal, who's, you know, been interrogated for hours and hours together, has given specifics, addresses. And also, you know, the fact is that they are lodged in, you know, mansions out there with, you know, ample security by the ISI. And also, I'll quote a very recent incident. Another operative called as Amir Reza Khan was allowed to fly out of Pakistan, and, you know, he's currently based out of Luxembourg. And I wonder what he's doing out there, because, you know, out there back in Britain, more ISIS recruitments. Britain has upped the intel alert and also the danger on the ISIS. So all this is happening very much under their nose. And as long as Riaz Bhatkal and is present out there, and Amir Reza Khan is also present, it's going to be a cakewalk for these recruiters. And more importantly, however much Pakistan tries to distance themselves from the Tehreek-e-Taliban, the fact is that they're letting things happen there. They're not doing anything to stop them. Because they know ultimately these guys are going to come and attack India, and that is going to serve the larger purpose.
No, I don't. They dream they will. They dream they will. Air Marshal Rao, do you have a factual response to Vicky Nanjappa from Bangalore, who's thrown those details? Do you have a factual response, sir? Not an emotional or a, you know?
No, not at all emotional.
Factual response.
First of all, let me admit my ignorance to all the matters that relate to ISI. I have had no interaction with them even when I was serving. That is number one. When you get me on this program and you quote incidents relating to ISI, I am in fact totally blank. And when I say I don't know about it, you say I am in a state of denial. Now, coming to the actual question. Pakistan, yes, we may have created that, and there are indications, and every country has the right to raise any kind of groups to be used whenever they are required. But you should also give Pakistan the credit that for the last 3 months...
whenever they are required? 1 second.
Wow.
Required because you see...
What do you mean any country has the right to spawn any kind of group when they are required? That's a huge...
They were required when Russia...
what do you mean?
They were required when Russia invaded Afghanistan, and there was no direct war between between Pakistan and Afghanistan.
You gave it away, sir.
So the whole world got together. The Arab world was there.
Sir, you gave it away.
There were these Americans, there was the European countries who funded, there was China. Everybody funded this creation of these Taliban and these Mujahideen to take part in this jihad against the Russians. And I'm sure it must still be fresh in your mind.
No, sir, you gave up your game.
Dissociate with that.
No, what happened is, sir, I'm telling you what's going to happen. Your country is going to be run over by the ISIS, thanks to those Bhatkal brothers who you have spawned and who you are sponsoring in these mansions in Karachi.
I hope not.
You may hope not. They sit right next to you, sir. The agents of the ISIS are a few kilometers from where we are broadcasting your pictures from tonight, sir. Do you realize what a rogue nation your country has become? General Bakshi, please, he wants to say something to you. Sir, don't do this. Don't get into a marriage with these people.
No, we are not doing that.
They're going to run you over.
Our army is engaged.
They're going to run you over, sir.
And the Taliban
Sir, they are going to run you over.
If you have
Marshal, can I kindly
any question about recruitment,
Air Marshal, can I kindly
when you have a problem about... Please, sir.
Arnab, let me state unequivocally that these two guests that we have from Pakistan are amongst the most reasonable that I have encountered in TV debates. General Qureshi and the Air Marshal, and for their professional soundness, I do have a lot of respect for them. Therefore, I was deeply, deeply shocked when I saw General Qureshi laughing at the mention of the ISIS. General Qureshi, for God's sake, you've seen those videos. You've seen the beheaded. People's necks cut, people crucified, people stoned to death. Dashit is a terrorist organization with a difference. All the other terrorist organizations, General Qureshi and my Air Marshal, they have been just about killing people, gaining press headlines. This is time to secure territory, hold territory, raise armies, govern territories. For God's sake, the threat is to you. The threat is to you even more than it is to us. And when you collude in the creation or in the strengthening of such a group,
do you realize?
General Qureshi, as a professional, dash it. I'm just talking as a professional.
Let me complete my...
And we are both professionals.
No, you can complete, sir.
We are both professional, for God's sake. No. Can I just finish?
Sir, this threat. No, I get it.
I'll just finish in half a second.
Okay.
I'm saying that Pakistan's tragedy has been that they have cultivated, used non-state actors in the pursuit of policy goals. They have destabilized themselves. Today they are playing the plice in Waziristan. General Qureshi, for God's sake, you need to consider this as a military professional. You aid a group like the ISIS. You are feeding the biggest snake. The rest of the world is watching horrified. We have not such seen brutality. I'm sorry, it's not a laughing matter, General. It is not.
General Qureshi, I think you need to respond to General Bakshi's passionate intervention. Yes, General Qureshi.
Allow me to answer this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, General, I respect what you have said, but let me tell you, what I was laughing at was not that the ISIS is not a horrible organization. What I was laughing at was your efforts to link that to Pakistan. And I still consider it a laughing matter when you come up on television and say that there is a linkage between ISIS and Pakistan.
Sir, can I ask you one question?
First, let me finish.
Sir, can I ask you one question? Can I ask you one question?
The third
one question, sir.
The third is,
sir, one question I have for you, sir.
Get recruited by the ISIS in Syria. How do you link that and blame Pakistan?
Yeah, okay.
And what the Air Marshal Abid just said about Pakistan having created the Taliban, it
sir,
is not
understand,
true.
Sir, understand.
He is right.
That's what I call denial.
When he says
that's what I call denial, Maruf.
He has no
that's what I call denial. I have one question. I have one question. I'll take a break. No, 1 second, Maruf, I have just one question. No, I have one question. You see, General Qureshi, you have been a reasonable man at some occasions. I must pay you a compliment. Can you hear the compliment? I want to compliment. No, watch. I want to compliment you, General Qureshi.
Before you start, you will never, let me tell you, you will never pay me a compliment. One, Because if you do, it'll be out of sarcasm.
No. There is no sarcasm.
How you operate.
There is no sarcasm. There is a statement I want to make. You can take it as a comment. There have been occasions, though I wish there were more, when you have been reasonable in your approach. But General Qureshi, I have just one question. You say okay, but don't draw those links don't draw those links. ISIS is a threat, don't draw any links to Pakistan. You know, Maroof, I'll just ask him one question to General Qureshi, and Abid Rao can come back. I'll take a break and come back. Did you not aid the Haqqani network? Did you not aid the Afghan Taliban? The Tehreek-e-Taliban has links to both the groups you created. Thus, the reason the Tehreek-e-Taliban exists is because the Afghan Taliban exists and the Haqqani network exists, and that would not have been possible but for the blessings of something called the Inter-Services Intelligence. I'll take your answer on the other side, sir. I'll take your answer on the other side. I'm taking a break. General Qureshi will respond.
Afghan Taliban.
Sir,
you did not create the TTP.
You did. You have been the founding fathers of the Tehreek-e-Taliban. No, you answer on the other side of the break. I take your answer. Okay. Just a short break. So, General Qureshi's turn to respond. We have 8 minutes on the debate. General Qureshi, I just proved to you. Your country is crumbling because of the Tehreek-e-Taliban. Who created the Tehreek-e-Taliban? Your own intelligence agency.
No.
It's a known fact, sir. It's a known fact.
And don't, just by calling it a known fact and coming from you, nobody's going to believe this.
Okay, so can I give you one example and then you respond? One example to prove myself?
Sure.
I'll prove to you. See, this, you have to just be logical and look at the link between the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan and the Afghan Taliban. The now dead Hakimullah Mahsood, who was killed in a drone attack in 2013, his complete loyalty is to Mullah Omar, the man living in Pakistan and being protected by you. So, I'm just telling you that, don't spawn these monsters. Don't repeat your mistakes.
No.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
What General Bakshi said, was a reasonable argument that he was trying to give and probably listened to. What you say is most ridiculous. Now, when you say, what I find awkward and annoying is any terrorism anywhere in the world, and you say Pakistan is responsible.
Sir, I'm just giving you an example.
If there's a terrorist act in any part of India or in the United States or in the UK or in Europe, you say Pakistan is responsible. Now there is a problem in Syria where ISIS, who was being helped by the Americans,
General Qureshi, these people are linked.
Something
no, what am I saying? No, General Qureshi.
And you are trying to
No, General Qureshi, these people are linked. What did Headley say? No, these people are linked. Your ISI. No, sir, what happens is ISI is
as recruited as Taliban or terrorists. And how are you saying that Pakistan is responsible?
Sir, because I'll tell you where Abid Rao is. Sir, because I'm not saying the whole world and the Americans are saying.
Hold on, Arnab, let me finish.
Sir, you're not being reasonable,
that
sir.
Pakistan is training Indians in India to become terrorists? And
Mr. General Qureshi, do you realize the seriousness of the situation? ISIS is getting an entry into the South Asian subcontinent because of ISI. So it is because of the ISI that ISIS is getting a foothold in our region. They will come and take your country over. They will take you over first.
And India will never be resolved.
Sir, who?
What I want
I don't understand. General, okay, GD Bakshi wants to come back into this. I mean, you know, Riaz and Iqbal Bhatkal are living under the protection of the Lashkar-e-Toiba in Karachi, and the Lashkar-e-Toiba is supported by the ISI. You are therefore allowing these people to come in. You don't understand the danger. You know these people. You'll be able to manage them tomorrow. You'll be able to manage the ISIS tomorrow. You want the headache of the ISIS on your head on top of what you've already done with the Tehreek-e-Taliban. When will you learn?
How is the
General
ISIS linked to us, damn it?
Sir, why don't you understand, sir? I present fact before fact before you.
General Qureshi, can I please? General Qureshi, can I please? Kindly. General Qureshi.
Sure.
General Qureshi, I and Air Marshal Abid, I just wanted to point out, we are professionals. we know. You know some things and we know some things which are known to one another.
Okay.
Last year when the Western attempt to topple the regime in Syria was in full swing, the Arab states, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and the others were looking for support. They even asked you for support. They were even asking for your serving people to come and help and topple the regime in Syria. You very rightly refused. We know that for a fact. We know that for a fact. You rightly refused. But your ex-servicemen definitely were sent, including ex-ISI operatives.
Yes.
I'm sharing things which may well be known to you, both of you. You see,
I'm sure
that is the time when some of these groups have also gone over and joined the ISIS. The last time the Americans have caused you no end of problem. You joined their war.
Anab, can you give me just 2 minutes, please?
Against the Russians.
Yes, sure.
You are paying for it today.
Sir,
You are paying for it today.
sir,
I'm saying today you are joining the ISIS.
because you know, one second.
And
What
it will hit
happens
you
with
first.
what happens,
It will
General
hit you
Bakshi?
first.
General Bakshi. No, see, Air Marshal Abid, we're having a reasonable discussion tonight. All we are telling you is this, that just like a Tehreek-e-Taliban in Pakistan, you have often been, you as in the ISI, has been in cahoots with other terror groups that have turned against you. Let me give you another example of other terror organizations like the Tehreek-e-Taliban that have turned against you. For example, this group called the Lashkar-e-Jhangvi. Lashkar-e-Jhangvi wants to convert Pakistan into a Sunni state through violent means and has been responsible for a series of terror attacks. This is all reported in the Pakistani media and it's not a figment of Times Now's imagination. Right, while its leader and co-founder of the Sipah-e-Sahaba, Malik Ishaq, was in jail, he was getting a monthly stipend during imprisonment from the Punjab government. You see, you do a tango with these people, then you're not able to manage them, and today we have conclusively proven these people are in cahoots with ISIS. Please wake up, your ISI cannot control ISIS, but you are being used as a link to them. I mean, I don't know. If you still want to be blindfolded and say we don't care, fine, it's your choice. It's your choice, sir.
Now, would you let me answer?
Please go ahead.
Surprised.
I frankly am tired of telling you about the problems that are there emerging from your country.
Thank you. Thank you very
First of
much
all,
for the assistance
let
that
me
you're
tell
giving
you,
us. But I'm surprised
Pakistani people and government of Pakistan and the armed forces of Pakistan do not support ISIS
Pakistanis
at all.
Who have been trained by the ISIS.
You'll never learn, sir. I can keep sharing facts with you.
Even with military.
And that is what I expected from you.
I'm putting the facts out, sir. You want your country to disintegrate, it's your choice.
Let me speak.
Yeah.
Okay, now for last 3 to 4 years, whatever policy we have followed, you should respect that, and that we have taken up arms against these Taliban, no matter what groups they belong to, whether it is Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, whether it is
you created
Tehreek-e-Taliban, Pakistan or Afghanistan. Yes, we did create them.
There you are. You admit you created them. That's all I wanted. You created them. Yes, you admit you created them.
I mean,
so Maruf, this is a big admission. You admit you created them. That's it.
We
you
did
created them
to fight the Russian invasion.
Yes, you created them. You may give any justification. You created them. I'm very happy because I have not been able to get General Qureshi to make that simple admission for the last many years.
Fact that I want you to know.
At least General Qureshi will now admit it.
There are more than 3.5 million Afghan refugees here. Unfortunately, 90% plus of them have had Pakistani passports.
For the first time on Indian television,
abroad,
an admission like this, where a Pakistani guest admits they created these groups.
Many of them have been beheaded in Saudi Arabia for carrying drugs. Many of them are doing other activities for which the government of Pakistan neither has trained them nor... please listen to me. Third, now don't... so there is a lot of this discredit that Pakistan earns because of these Afghans and, carrying Pakistani passport. And we have made a mistake. They were allowed to merge in our civil population, live in Islamabad, Karachi, and manage transport.
There you say, this is all coming out now. It's all coming out.
Pakistan does not support ISIS at all.
It's all coming out. No, I never saw you. See, you don't have to tell me. I know you create them. After all, you have been a country with respect where your own president says that we create terror organizations. And when he's asked, why do you create terror organization, then Zardari says, we create terror organization because we want to achieve short-term foreign policy goals.
Invasion, which they did, you know, very effectively. And then they settled down in the Fatah
So you
area.
say today on Indian television channel, a Pakistani guest admits you create terror organizations, then you want to justify it.
No, this is not.
I think this is a moment of epiphany.
Not a terror organization.
It is a moment of epiphany.
2001.
Maruf, this is a moment of epiphany tonight.
Governance in Afghanistan.
This is a moment of epiphany.
9/11, when America declared war against them.
Anyway, sir, I won't tell you anymore. Yes, go ahead, Maruf.
And then there was this
Maruf,
branches in Pakistan.
Maruf, quickly, please, and the
Please don't put words in my mouth.
Maruf
I said, I've never admitted
Air Marshal Saab, please.
trying to thrust on me.
Anyway, Air Marshal Saab, the thing is, I have great respect for your opinion. I know you don't work in sync with the army on these issues. The Air Force has a separate philosophy. But let me bring out 3 quick points. One is that Saudi Arabia has been funding a large number of madrasas and maulanas in India also. And therefore, the number of people who are veering towards the hardline Salafist view of the Wahhabi sect in India have doubled up in the last couple of years. They have been attracted by the ISIS, which is being funded, or at least was being funded by Saudi Arabia and Qatar. And ISIS, now operating in Baghdad, is the only terror organization which is trading with the world by selling 1 or 2 million worth of barrels of oil every day. And ISIS wants a partner to expand its remit, and the Taliban, with its right-wing, hardline Salafist view, is the rightful partner they have found. And Ahmed Rashid has gone on record in his book on Taliban to say how the Taliban was created by the Pakistan army. General Musharraf has said, I can unleash thousands of Taliban at short notice. And I would rather believe them than the interpretation of General Qureshi, who may laugh it off, but I would rather believe respected authors and former presidents of Pakistan.
No,
so
I'm glad, Maruf.
Therefore, there is this linkage.
I'm totally short of time. I think at this time, I apologize to our viewers. I'm going to have to close that. I'm going to have to close.
Hindu extremism or Zionism have never.
I'm going to have to. Gentlemen, whether you agree or not is for you to decide. I will only say one thing. No, whether you agree or not is for you to decide. I'd say one thing. This news report that has been put out is something to be looked at. General Qureshi and Abid Rao. I think I will share the details of this news report. I'll share the details of this news report with you, and I request you to look at the details, because the last thing, the greatest disservice we would do to ourselves in the subcontinent is to give ISIS an entry because of our short-term objectives vis-a-vis each other. Let's not do that. I thank you, gentlemen, for joining me for that debate on the Newshour tonight.